Welcome back, everybody, to Sanity Lost, the show where we banter after an hour pre-banter. I think last episode, I can't remember if it was before or after recording, I said there was something that I wanted to show off, or I had something that I wanted to talk about, but then I couldn't remember it, but now I remembered it. So I have a little visual aid.
Which will go over great for you podcast listeners.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'm pretty sure it will be explained really well. In my possession, I have some...
Ugh. Ugh. Everyone guess what he just held up by those noises we all made.
It's a can of
Unsolicited commercial
is your
email.
hint.
Rhymes with can. It makes me go blech. Why do you have a
Politics.
can of Spam?
Because I wanted Spam Masubi, and but in the course of my mouth getting all jacked up, I'm like, I'm not gonna make this and ruin my my tasting experience.
Yeah, that's probably
Good call.
a good idea.
So now I just have to wait until I don't have a ton of time, which probably I'll use that for that. Oh, that's what I should do, because it won't. I can make it in advance for that big Civ game that I haven't gotten any more information on.
Oh yes, that's coming up, isn't it?
That's not this weekend, but next weekend. So yeah, I haven't received any more information on that. But
I'm sure we can
anyway,
find out.
yeah. Then he poops. That's something completely different. I don't really have any ideas or anything to like really give suggestions. Maybe we'll do it next episode, because now my brain thought of something, but I just kind of want to get in to make sure we can get at least another episode recorded today. Also, I didn't fall asleep until 5:30
Oh
this
my
morning,
gosh.
so it's gonna be a real fun
Yeah.
time.
You and John,
Yeah.
night owls, crazy.
Sleep
people.
was
I woke
overrated.
up at 5:30.
I don't know what it was. I went and saw the niece yesterday, and hung out, good time. But like I had a late lunch and it was kind of big, so I didn't really eat anything. But then when it was time for me to come home and start the stream, I was a little hungry, and so I was like, let's just order some stuff from the Kung Fu Tea place. And like I ordered a small tea and got a few things there. I'm like, cool. I think the sugar content of that tea just had a real slow burn. So
That
yeah,
tea, that tea messes us up too. We
Yeah.
really like it, but it always, I don't know. I don't recover well from that place.
We generally don't feel well afterwards
No.
for some reason.
I think they have really good popcorn chicken.
Oh yeah, we've never done their food.
No.
Yeah, their food isn't half bad. Like they're for the amount of chicken you get
Yeah.
from them, it's like a big case of it, and it's just like
Interesting.
filled to the brim. It is a little bit on the salty side, but I'm like, you know what, ain't bad.
Nice.
We do our popcorn chicken over at a place called Lovebird in Newtown.
Plug for Lovebird.
They do
It's all gluten free.
it's gluten free, so it's rice based
Flour.
batter
yeah.
or flour rather
Yeah.
than like your typical flour, and so
Yeah. So
it
good.
gives it a little bit of a different texture, but like it tastes really good, and it doesn't make me feel like garbage when I'm done eating it. So
Man, and now I want us to go get Lovebird chicken. The only downside is that no one delivers it. So
Yeah.
you have to go
it's
and
like
pick
a
it up.
20-minute drive out to Newtown.
You do.
and back.
You have to deliver it to yourself.
I know. I know.
Hey, Nite, what do you eat that doesn't make you feel like garbage?
Food.
Wow. Night lives
So
in a
it's very
magical
specific.
world where all
Very
food.
specific.
Yeah. Well, he does live near the mouse. Oh, okay. Hold up. I thought of a funny story with me and my niece yesterday. So my niece is the lovely age where she recognizes words and voices, and I can do a mediocre Mickey Mouse. Where she's like, "Oh, hello everybody. What are you doing?" And she's like, "Mickey."
Yeah.
Well, me and my brother were sitting there as the niece was running around, and I don't know why I decided to do this, but I'm just like, oh, what are you doing there? Smoking crack cocaine? And my brother's like, whoa!
You can't say that.
Oh my goodness! And I'm like,
The mouse is promoting crack. Cool.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Well.
you're gonna get DMCA'd now.
we're all going. Well, I'm not live.
Yeah,
The mouse is
From
promoting
what I've
crack.
been-
This explains why the governor is so against Disney.
Yeah, I was like, just to explain what's happening in Florida.
And congratulations, we have now made this a political podcast.
Hey there, DeSantis.
We always,
Mickey's
it always
secretly
comes
pushing
back
the
to
cocaine
politics. Yeah. What are we talking about? We know this is a political podcast. We just, hide it in Cthulhu and storytelling.
Is it really hidden? That's how it is in real life.
It's a commentary on modern politics. You just have to really look for it.
Not really. It's right here.
All right, let's get into this thing. Let's play this song. Haha. And that's right, Nite didn't ask his normal thing. Did you turn on the music? I'm like, yes.
That's because I looked.
That's
I
the
saw
best
the audio already sharing, so I didn't need to add.
Hey, do you gotta go like plug in your car or something? Enough of your sass.
No, it's actually already full. Thank you very much. It was charging until this morning.
Hey, I think your car's draining. You better go check it.
I can check it right here.
Sandy.
Yeah. Okay, so last we left off, yes, can I have another cup of coffee?
Oh, Mr. Poe, of course. Did you manage to brew it, or do I need to start the process?
I don't know where I was left in this whole situation, so...
You were using all
Yes.
of my sugar, so give me 1 second and I'll get you another cup.
Okay. Oh wow, his voice almost went to like, why hello kids, I love you,
Oh,
you
no.
like a
love
weird-
me,
We got
weird
I'll
Barney.
eat all your
Barney.
family.
Weird, goofy Barney amalgam.
Okay, another fun story about the niece. We showed her Eye to Eye from the Goofy movie yesterday, and
Aw.
yeah, she, like, I played it on my phone because, like, me and my brother were talking about just songs, and that came up.
Yeah.
And so we played that, and she, like, was dancing around, and we're like, okay, child. And we put on just to that part, and she didn't know what to do with herself until, like, they all started dancing and then started doing that, and I was like, there you go. Give your kid some culture. Anyway.
The Goofy movie is culture, people.
Obviously.
Listen to each
other's I mean, it's jams. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what are you doing? You're giving,
Giving Poe coffee and ushering Skip out of my office, and I close the door behind me.
Giving Poe some coffee to go with his sugar.
Yeah, because he used all my sugar. Yeah, so Cora makes a quick cup of coffee for Poe. She'll offer another cup to Skip if he wants some. I'm not sure what state he's in at this point.
What time of day is it right now?
Like 9:30.
And 9:30, 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Skip is
I don't.
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say I don't think the caffeine stacks. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
well, I was
you're
gonna-
good until.
Skip's
runs
probably
out.
gonna go burn some time at like get breakfast somewhere and just,
No
like,
crack cocaine.
Yeah. Go into
Just
a drug hole and just burn the day away.
Just because the
It's
caffeine
called the
doesn't
mine
stack in
shaft.
the game.
So yeah, Skip's probably gonna decline, and then he's gonna go get breakfast and just like read a
So
newspaper
you
or
just
something.
walk out while Poe's getting coffee.
Yeah, basically.
He's gonna decline
tell
while Poe's
Poe,
standing
I'll
around
meet you at the car, and it's just gonna go and like get in the car and wait.
Poe's not really all that worried because he ain't gonna
He has
drive.
the keys, yeah.
Gonna sit in the backseat.
No, even if the keys were in there, he knows that Skip isn't gonna actually drive.
Yeah.
It took him what, like 48 hours to actually open the door by himself without him like being all that.
Uh-huh.
Dude, watch. If Skip stays in this town, He's gonna be like best friends
With
Poe.
Poe. They're just gonna like pal around. So as Cora's making Poe this cup of coffee, she just kind of, I think she's gonna like pry a little bit since Poe's like been with Skip. So she's like, bustling around the coffee machine. Mr. Poe, what do you make of this dude?
He seems very serious about his job, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. That's what I'm a little bit worried about. Have you gotten a sense of if is he here to help us?
I think he's here to help himself, but I don't think he's a bad person. I think he, like most outsiders when they first come in here, it takes some time. Even for some people who lived there their whole life, it takes time for them to truly find their place. And some people, I think, well, never have. So, and also with the war and everything going on, it's we don't know what stresses he's dealing with. Like the poor man couldn't even open up his car door for a while. But
Mr. Poe,
what?
have you been giving him a hard time?
No, none more than I give anybody else anytime, but I think he's here to help. He's just needs to find out how. Or I could be completely wrong. So, it's, I understand that he's like talking to a brick wall sometimes, but still, brick walls have their purpose.
Yeah. Well, I honestly can't imagine a better driver than you. So
I could.
I'm glad he has you.
Well, at least somebody is.
This is a strange question, and she goes to hand him his coffee. But have you been having weird dreams recently?
I don't talk to metagamers.
I already told you, Cora's gonna ask everyone.
I know. There's been a few strange dreams, nothing more than the normal nightmare, but who doesn't?
Especially in this town, right?
Yeah. It's just, I guess, a little bit weird that it's not the normal time for the nightmares, but what's one to do?
Yeah. This town can really get under your skin, I think.
I don't have that much skin, so...
Well, will I be seeing you at the, at the debate later this afternoon?
Oh, yes, I'll be there. It's, I believe they asked me to be, a moderator, so... Also, old, army man, Skippy out there, he wants to go see it too. At least I think that's what he said. I was kind of half listening. So...
Well, I wish...
Either way, we're gonna be there.
Okay, great. Well, then I will see you then.
Okay. And, he like, pays for the sugar and walks out.
Doesn't pay for the coffee, just the pound of sugar he
He
used.
gives you 50 for the 15 pounds of sugar.
What, 50? Dude, that's like almost
It's a lot of money.
$500 at
Yeah,
that point.
I picked a number based
Gives
on a
you,
much
like-
larger volume of sugar that I had in my head, but it didn't make enough sense.
He gives you like $1.50,
Yeah.
which is still way too much.
Cora takes it without saying anything.
Yeah, so we're gonna eat tonight, Timmy.
Not just apples either.
What? What did you say? Alright, so we shift and we're now, we see like these large dark doors as we hear a knock. And we hear, Sheriff, Caleb's here to see you. And Caleb, you are in the office of Sheriff Hudson. Like, and the door shuts, and she kind of puts a pen down, or this like kind of some document she was reading. She's like, okay. Yep, that's about right. It's been, what, almost a week since you've been here? What's troubling you now?
I like that it's that frequent. Sheriff, I just went to chat, see how we're prepped for the debate was going, all the security and everything, and see how if you found anything else about the attack on Buck from the guy that I can't remember his name. Was it Pete? It was Pete, right?
Pat Parker.
Yeah, that attacked. I know you said that he's going to have to be released, but I was curious if you found anything else out from him.
No, it just seems kind of like a dead end, but there's something more important. And she puts your gun on her desk. Look, something's weird's going on. So, since we're here, do the rune.
And Caleb sighs like, just a little bit nervous, and succeeds. So with a 3 under 25 to...
Oh, yeah, that's extreme, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. To create the... to create the hidden rune that makes the gun just vanish from everyone's view except for his own.
Yep, so it's like I imagine like this, like the air kind of glows with like this like symbol. Like it just looks like an eye that's like slowly closes. What do you think the color of like his energy would be?
Purple, obviously.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was gonna be. Yeah, so this like purple, like it's just simple like just drawing where it's I can't think of what the actual shape is called. It's like an oval with points at the end. But yeah, it's like an eye that just slowly closes until it's just a semicircle just kind of sitting there like on the barrel of the gun. And like if you look up, like Sheriff Hudson is leaning back with a satisfied smile. And she's like, okay, I don't know what, but something doesn't seem right. So just remember what you felt at that time. AKA, roll better. And she's just like, just remember that the power of they're powerful runes, and with the right focus and everything, they can be used to just extreme, like just amazing things. And so just be prepared. Something, I don't know, it's like the same vibe as Buster. Even the same vibe while you were too young at that point, but almost the same kind of vibe I was getting when, well, with Sally. Not Sally. Yeah, Sally. Too many people's name that begins with S. Back, I don't think she would use Sally's name. Just like back at Cutter's cabin.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the Centralia vibes again.
Yeah, it's just weird that it's not in the fall. Anyway, okay, you're gonna be there tonight?
Yeah, definitely. And
Okay. And like she kind of slides you like a holster that maybe you trained with your guns thing. So like whether it's like an arm holster or like a leg holster, I'll let you decide like kind of what kind of holster it is that you felt more comfortable with Caleb. Like you don't need to answer now, but like maybe before next episode or something like that, you can say what kind of.
I was imagining it'd be something
Unless you
that
have
would
an
sit,
idea.
like in the small of his back type of thing.
Okay.
I mean, I guess
so
I didn't really have a specific size in mind for this this handgun.
it's like
it's a Star 1911.
2 feet long.
Yeah, it would fit in the small of my back. The Star 1911's be fine.
Yep. So
So
yeah, she's like okay.
So yeah, with all of this weird stuff, have you been having these weird dreams like I have and others have been having?
Look, everyone is having weird dreams. The whole department's been talking about it.
I
I
kind of
think
thought.
Nurse, what's her name? Nurse Green. She had people talking about it. This is a town-wide thing, and you know what's connecting it all?
I suspected. Yeah, that's what I was suspecting, and I kind of.
Old greaseball himself. She wouldn't say that.
I don't know. She might.
No, I'm the one running her character. She didn't say that.
So
I don't know what he got his hands on or what he's doing, but this is where I'm forgetting all the different names of the stupid cult, or not cult, organization.
He's a seeker.
Elizabeth's the Whispers,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah, seekers.
yeah. So and like this is when Hudson just kind of rubs like the bridge of her nose, and she's just like, oh man, this would be a really good time to have a seeker.
a seeker?
Yes. Look,
I don't know if Caleb would be familiar with the other.
you wouldn't. All you know is the Whisper or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I
branch you
thought.
are. Yeah. Look, there's 3 branches. Seekers are really good at their whole training is like pretty much just spying and finding information on people. And high-level people could just like highly trained individuals could go and find out different things that we're looking for, but due to the nature of the organization, we don't have the branches mingle unless it's very important, unless the higher ups demand it.
Do we have a way of maybe sending a message up the chain and see if we can get some assistance that direction?
I've been trying, but look, the organization is worldwide. Like, there's a lot of focus happening over in the war. Like, there's some definitely weird magic happening over in Germany, and so there's a lot of focus on that. So like, we are definitely put farther on the back burner, but
Yeah, but I mean, we're still clearly not here by accident. This place has its own share of weird stuff going on. And what
I'm
happens...
not here by accident. You just bothered me enough to get trained.
Well, I mean, I lived here my whole life, so yeah, the weird stuff happened, and when the weird stuff happens right in front of you, you can't ignore it.
You know, we definitely have the people who are, well, there's, as we kind of put it, the cultivated and, well, the wild. You would be more in the wild type, not like in demeanor or anything. It's just you experience the supernatural before you were trained. Not everyone has that. For example, shoot, I forgot his name. But for me, I am also a wild. The person who trained me was a cultivated. So, it really doesn't change anything. It's just it depends on how you were brought in and how you first experienced. But yeah, a seeker would be nice, but well, let's just be glad we don't have the third branch. They're really not worth talking about right now.
And so what is this third branch?
Didn't you just hear me? I said it's not worth talking about right now. AKA, I forgot the name.
It's like, oh, okay, I guess.
Look, here's a good way of putting it. Seekers are information gatherers. Whisperers are pretty much the protectors. Well, there's a third one that is, let's just say their whole focus is on eliminating anything. Doesn't matter who is involved. A group of them would very easily wipe Centralia off the map if they had to.
Sounds like it's probably a good plan that we don't have them around at the moment then.
Yeah. So
with...
they're extremely powerful, but at the same time, it comes with a cost.
Yeah, so with all of this stuff seeming to tie in with the mayor, do you think we might have any excuses to, like, or be able to come up with an excuse to, like, I don't know, search his office or something like that? Just see if there's anything weird going on there?
Normally, yes, but we're, as you know, we're kind of caught in a weird situation. Our hands are a little bit tied because of the war, because the people that would give us the approval are all focused overseas, while some of the stuff that we could do to push that along is definitely put on a lower tier of importance. Thus, we can't just barge in there unless he does or shows that he's directly affected or using something supernatural. So, until we can have that visual proof that we can, that we're there to defend humans and all that stuff, like we're kind of stuck. Don't worry, I'm constantly trying to get involved with people, but we'll see.
All right, well, thanks for the chat, and I guess I'll go. Well, I guess I'll go wander out to the mine for the rest of the morning and be back at the debate.
Yep. No, that sounds good. I'm gonna just get a few things done here, and then I gotta go. Yeah, make sure that we have some more men out. But anyway, that's no importance to you. So.
Well, you know how to get in touch with me if you find something that I can help investigate.
Yeah, normally you
us.
just come in my office.
Well, you know, if you don't talk
and like
to me,
she's
then
saying
I
all
gotta
this with
talk
like she says this with like a smile, like she's not being like harsh or critical. So
I'm sure this is banter that they have going back and forth constantly as well.
Mm-hmm.
And especially as Caleb started training with the sheriff, I'm sure it turned more from a Caleb hounding for information constantly or updates on whatever and tell me something to more just friendly chat back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then so she pulls out her gun and shoots you as she normally does to get you out of your office, and
the traditional
get out of here, you!
Goodbye.
Yeah. There's the 2021, the 21 salute, whatever it is.
21 guns.
This one is, yeah, this is the hand cannon goodbye.
Like shoots at his toes to like make him dance as he leaves.
It's a weird Persona
Yeah.
crossover we're having.
I just hope her gun doesn't have the same penalty that mine does.
All right. So, Corey, you were trying to contact somebody?
Yes, I want to call Kyle.
All right.
You
Is
have to
that like
make
an
you have to
easy
make the
thing to
ringing
do?
Sound.
Ring ring.
No, better.
Busy.
It needs to be better.
I'm busy.
Better ringing.
Do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the internet.
The old time.
Smooth operator.
That's the internet. Yeah, so Cora wants to call Kyle. So she goes into her office, closes the door.
Did we ever hear Kyle talk? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
'cause-
okay.
yeah, I have
yeah,
no
that was
idea
at the
what
beginning of the episode.
Yeah, I have no idea what he sounded like. I think he had a pretty normal voice, like just an
Yeah.
average man.
I'm an average man. Hello.
So I think Cora puts like a away sign on the front of the door, you know, like one of those like be back at type of signs, and sets it for like an hour later so she won't be interrupted.
Yeah. We just cut outside to like what's his name? Old man Pap. Is that AM or PM?
Hello, he's like peeking in the windows. Cora's just in her office.
Let's be honest, he wouldn't wait, he'd just kick in the door. But anyway.
Yeah, so
that's not what it
Cora locks up the store, goes back to her office, closes the door, so that the goal is that she won't be interrupted, and she's gonna call Kyle.
Okay. And like you call, and on like the second ring. Hello?
Kyle, this is
What?
Cora.
Oh, hi.
Do you have a few minutes? I have some information,
Mm-hmm.
and I need your perspective.
Okay.
So Cora fills him quickly in on the dreams. So
That took all your minutes. Goodbye.
she fills him in quickly on all of the dreams that she, you know, hers, her kids, Caleb's, just kind of that everyone's having the shared experience. So I scryed on Carl Giuseppe, and it worked. I saw him in his office, and he had a orb, like a white stone, that he seemed to insinuate was some sort of power source for him. Do you have any idea what this is or what could be happening here?
It could be a handful of things. Weird dreams. And you said he's in everyone you talk to, he's in almost every dream.
Mm-hmm. In some way. Either they see him or hear him.
Could be an amplifier. That thing wouldn't be the general cause of whatever he's doing. But still, you need to get your... Hold up. And like you just hear like a scattering of papers as like, and all of a sudden this like, this heavy like stack of like books and papers fall over. He's like, I won't. There it is. Okay. Look, I'm kind of busy, but do you know Sheriff Hudson?
Of course.
Talk with her. She is part of this organization. She's a different branch. When you go up, pretty much give her the numbers 7392.
Okay.
And she'll know what to do with that. If it's something like this, like an amplifier,
I can
It can
tell
mean-
her about the amplifier?
yes. tell her everything to know. Like, once you tell her those numbers, she'll know what to do. And she'll even give you some information as well. But, it's, in short, pretty much, if it is what I think it is, it can be one of two things. Your mayor is some sort of person with abilities, who knows how he got on, or there is something tethered to him, which could be worse. So, in short, we need to make sure that everybody is ready. So,
Okay.
don't worry, she'll give you more information. But as you know, phones ain't safe, so we're gonna have to end the call
Kyle, wait.
shortly.
I have
Yes.
one more question.
No.
I know we haven't trained in a while, but when I did the thing, I lost a lot of time. I'm afraid to do it again.
That's why when you look, you don't normally do it alone. Because you can still see everything. But if you don't have someone to pull you back, time is lost. The information doesn't change. But then again, it just depends on how fast yourself is able to process the information. And so, if you normally what we do is that we have someone there to make sure that there is pretty much a time, whether it's 30 minutes to an hour, something like that. And normally you won't get as clear as picture right away, but as time goes forward, it's different times all the time, that picture will become clearer. It's like you take a photo and it's developing in your head.
I might need someone then that our order trusts.
Well, you're going to be talking to one.
Okay.
As I said, she's part of us. She's one of us, different branch, but she can explain more, okay? We talk too much on the phone.
I know. Well, thank you.
Alright. So, and then, like, he kind of says something that, like, to make it sound like you were ordering something or whatever, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Putting in like a order for the store. Actually, can you add a 5-pound bag of sugar to that list for me?
yes. Why? Oh, it's just me. As Poe comes through the telephone line. I've been a spy this whole time.
Oh no!
All right. So yeah, you do that and you kind of close the conversation. Are you gonna go see the sheriff?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you're gonna do that. Skip, you went to the diner with is that where you were headed?
Yeah, or I mean, I assume that's the easiest place to get like a meal of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so Poe brings you in, and Dean and Mora are there. Mora doesn't talk to you because she was there when you were. She only heard half of the conversation of everything.
Oh, right,
But
right,
she's
yeah.
like, she kind of giving you a little bit of side eye as she's in the back, as Dean's just like, oh yeah, welcome, come over here, and gives you guys a table, and as you and Poe are there, and and you put in your orders and all that stuff, and as Dean walks away, Poe's like, so, what would you like to do, Mr. Skip?
Honestly, I think I would like to just eat my breakfast and read the paper.
Just one.
What?
One paper.
No, read the newspaper.
Oh.
All of it.
Sorry, librarian joke.
I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, you just hear the, like, kind of just the clinking of everything, and then the door opens up, and, like, can you give me a listen check?
Listen, where's this? Alright.
It's somewhere on here. This would be nice if all these skills were alphabetical order.
I know, right? That is a 89 over 20.
Yeah, so you're fully engrossed in your paper, and like you read like an article that just says like, local man finds 2 turnips in the cornfield. The farmer doesn't know how they got there, but boy, is it a pickle.
And Skip is like very interested. He's like, how did those turnips get there?
Yeah,
I
so
gotta
it's
read
like
the story.
local farmer, Farmer John. he swear he bought this grain from the lands of Iowa, but instead, turnip land. Anyway, and like in the middle of your thing, you just hear Poco like, "Oh, well, isn't that interesting?"
And so Skip's like, kind of, like he hears the comment but isn't super paying attention. So kind of just gives like an offhanded, oh, what's that? But he's still very focused on his paper.
Oh, well, Pat Parker just walked in.
Still kind of just being polite. He's like, who?
Oh, you know, the man who attacked Buck Kelly.
And now, Skip's attention kind of perks up, and like he looks away from his paper and he says, "Wait, who? What'd you say?"
Yeah, Mr. Parker over there. As like you see, pretty much, this like kind of older man who definitely comes from the mine. He's definitely like kind of medium swept back brown hair, and like kind of definitely a little bit thicker of a 5 o'clock shadow with like kind of very blue eyes, just like kind of tiredly walks in as Dean's just like talking with him, and like gets into a seat and gets him some coffee, and yeah,
what is the like reception to him by, I don't know if there's anybody else in the diner, but what's like the general attitude towards him?
There's only like a few people, but there's like Poe, he's just curious, like spending all the time you have, like you can tell he's not like off put or anything, but there's like other people that are just like kind of just giving like straight, like they're just like kind of side eyeing him, just like what, they let him out, like kind of stuff. But like Dean is very like being very kind and getting him settled, making sure that he has enough room away from everybody, and just like that way he can't be bothered, and gives him coffee and just starts serving him.
Skip kind of whispers over to Poe. He's like, "What? Why did they let him out? Didn't he put somebody in the hospital?"
Well, I'm not a policeman, so, and plus I've been with you. How would I know?
Because as of yet, I have yet to see or hear something you don't know.
Oh, well, I definitely have my theories, if you want those.
Yeah, let's start there.
Well, I don't want to. No. In reality, probably what it was is, once they got him locked up, it was probably had the local nurse here look him over, and I'm guessing if he was let out, it was a touch of insanity or something. It's very unlike Mr. Parker to do what he did.
Sure, but if
Sure, yes, go ahead.
if it was insanity or whatever you're hypothesizing, isn't that all the more why he should be locked up or at least kept and observed? Like they're just letting him back out running on the streets. Like what sense does that make?
What good is it going to be to isolate him?
I mean, he could still be a danger. He attacked somebody.
Some would say the same about you.
I mean, who would say that? I haven't attacked anybody.
Well, not with fists. But that's the thing. If we just keep putting everyone away and look, he was away, and if there was no change and he was cordial and everything, it's just... In the end, it's just going to be what Buck says. Buck can allow him to keep his job or whatever. And it's, well, it's not my place to judge.
That
Also, I don't know. Like, I was not part of the meeting and all that stuff. There could have been not enough evidence to keep him in there. And he could be perfectly fine and healthy, and he's allowed out. There's plenty of theories.
Yeah, but none of the ones you're proposing make any sense, at least not where I come from. And Skip looks over kind of thoughtfully at him for a moment, and then he folds up his paper and says, I'm gonna go talk to him. And so before Poe can say anything, he's gonna get up and go sit down at his table.
Yeah, he just waves like, okay. And yeah, so
What was this guy's name again?
Pat Parker.
Pat Parker. All right, so Skip goes and sits down, or stands next to his table, and is like, "Hello, Mr. Parker. My name is Officer Thompson. I'm with the military, just doing some reconnaissance in town, and just wondered if you had a moment, or if I could sit down and enjoy my breakfast here with you."
It's a free country, isn't it? It's whatever. Take a seat.
Great, excellent, thank you. And Skip sits down and kind of like settles himself in, and then looks at him and it's like, Mr. Parker, I've heard there's been some excitement in the town that you may have been involved in. How are you feeling today?
Well, fine.
Okay, well that's certainly good to hear.
You, doctor?
Am I a doctor? No, I'm a officer in the military.
Seem to be asking doctor questions.
Well, I've got some medical training in my years in the military, so I do have some familiarity.
Like
what? More just general kind of first aid and things of that nature. But I do understand the human body and illnesses and how that all like works together.
So then why are you here?
Well, actually, I was gonna ask you some questions in relation to that. So I'm here on behalf of the military, investigating the mine and kind of looking over, its resource potential for the military and how that may potentially help us in the war. So actually, as somebody who worked at the mine, what are your thoughts on how things are run there? What are your thoughts on like the productivity of the mine? Like what's your perspective?
Can I see your hands?
Sure. Skip kind of like holds his hands out.
And like he like takes his finger and like kind of rubs like the pads and like the tips of your fingers, like
checking for the calluses.
Yeah, and he's like, never really done anything with your life, have you?
Well, I guess that would be I haven't done working in a mine, sure. I haven't done things of that nature, but
Well, I've met soldiers. And you're no soldier.
I'm not a soldier that is out in the field, that's true. My duties are much more in line in resource acquisition, which means that,
So you're a secretary.
I'm hardly a secretary. Secretaries don't come out to mountain towns in the middle of nowhere. And,
So you're a secretary they want to get rid of.
no, that's not how that works either. They just, they send those people up to the Arctic.
So what do you do for work?
Well, I'm part of a special team who looks for resources that we can acquire to help our resource production for a variety of things overseas. As you know, we're in the middle of this war, and we have a lot of soldiers over across the seas, and we need to provide weapons and vehicles and artillery and all sorts of utilities for them to use. And so my job is going through our country and finding various resources, natural resources that we can leverage towards that. And so in some ways that's some of the most important work, because if our soldiers don't have what they need, then they can't win this war.
So you're, and like he does big like air parentheses, military man who is acquiring American resources that we're already giving.
I mean, not all of these things are going to the military. I mean, clearly there's a lot of infrastructure and industry that's in our country, and not all of it is leveraged to the military. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm looking to see if there are areas in our country where we can take some of those things and repurpose them towards military purposes.
What? Do you just want to see the mine? Is that why you're talking to me? Did everyone else say no? And now you're coming to old crazy Pat?
Well, no, actually, I have already spoken to a number of people in regards to the mine and have seen it. And from their perspective, the output of the mine is very good, and I think something that our country would be interested in. But I wanted to get your perspective as, a man on the ground, and also knowing that, it seems like you've had some trouble there at the mine. So I want to know if there are issues there, or issues with management, or, what may have led to a situation where you may have become frustrated.
I want you to give a roll, but I don't know what would be. Give me a persuade roll.
Persuade. All right.
That's his magic skill.
It's one of my magic skills.
All the talking things are a magic skill for him.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah. All right, that is a 5 under 85.
Oh my gosh. That's
So he pulls out a
Overachiever
gun and
match?
shoots you. No.
Overachiever match?
jeez.
He looks you in the eyes and is let's look. I don't want any of this coming back to me. But ever since we pulled out that white rock, not everybody knows about it. Things haven't been the same.
Skip.
That's all I'm saying about it.
And Skip goes, wait, whoa.
I said, that's all I'm saying about it. And he stands up and he's like, if you want to know more, you better talk to the mayor. And goes over to Dean, gives him some money and starts to walk out.
Skip kind of, sits there, kind of just taken aback, but lets him go. And then after a moment, he gets back up and heads back over and sits down at his table with Poe.
Did you make a friend? As he's eating, and wait a second. Do you have roll spot hidden real quick?
Yeah. That is a 49 and over 25.
Okay. You swore there was toast with this order. As Poe eats toast, he's just like, oh, did you make a friend?
And Skip kind of like notices that, notice he doesn't have his toast, but is more preoccupied, so he doesn't actually act on it. But he kind of rolls his eyes at Poe's, sarcastic comment, and just kind of ignores it and says, "Do you know anything about a white rock that was found in the mine?"
No, I told you I'm a librarian. I don't know everything. I know a lot of things, but not everything.
Right. And do you know anything about a white rock that was found in the mine?
I just told you I don't know anything about White Rock. I'm not a miner.
Do you know who would?
It sounds like you.
He made a mention of Giuseppe on his way out the door, but...
Well, it sounds like you know who you have to talk to.
Yeah. Alright, and like Skip just kind of like shakes his head and opens his paper back up and kind of just goes back to reading.
Mm-hmm. And so pretty much, like, I'm trying to think in my head and everything right now of like how much time everything took. Corey, would you have called the sheriff? Or would you just gone over?
I think I would have just gone.
Okay.
Especially after Kyle's comments about like talking on the phone too much.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, pretty much, Caleb, you get to, the mining, like your office and everything.
Would Caleb, since it sounds not slightly metagaming, but it sounds like this white rock might have been known by at least a handful of the miners. Would that be something? Would Caleb know of the existence of this white rock coming from the mine?
No, you didn't. Yeah, it's like this would have been something that people would have known of. Like this seemed to be like some sort of like not underground, but like definitely
Overt.
Yeah, like something that maybe was ordered off books. So yeah, like you.
That's part of why I was asking. Is that it's like because it's kind of something that it's from the mine that Caleb might have known about, but not.
No. Yeah. No. Caleb has like. This would have stuck out, but Caleb doesn't have any recollection or like any memory of a white rock. But yeah, you get to your office and like one of your guys is like, "Hey, Caleb, phone call from the sheriff. She's on hold."
Okay, I'll take it in my office.
Mm-hmm.
Walks in the office and picks up the phone, picks up the call off hold, and hello, Sheriff.
You need to come back.
Well, that was quick. Yeah, give me like.
We have a whisperer.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know that's what we are. But
whatever the other one is, the
Seeker.
Yeah, that would have been a lot more influential. Yeah, a lot more dramatic if I could remember everyone's stupid title. We have a seeker.
Okay, I got a couple of things I need to take care of real quick, and I'll be on the way back over there.
Okay.
See you shortly.
Will you? No. And as the phone is hung up, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Eventually we get to this stupid debate.
Start making your bets how many
build
more.
up to
Yeah.
the debate.
How many more
Well,
episodes till we get there?
later
Later, nerds. See
to
ya.
cover 4 hours. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.